International developments taking place as we speak, as the Chinese president is meeting with the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken as we speak. This is set to be an interaction in which state-to-state meetings will be taking place. Now remember, the Premier of China has said that he hopes the meeting will take place with mutual respect and sincerity. Remember, this meeting comes at a time when Chinese-American relationships are at an all-time low. Antony Blinken is on a two-day visit to China, and this meeting is taking place on the final day of his two-day visit. The hope is that through this meeting, the two countries will also be able to facilitate a meeting between Xi and the US President Joe Biden later this year. All right, I'm going to wait for my colleague to bring us more details on this story. But remember, this meeting is particularly important because it's the first visit to China by a US Secretary of State in 5 years. Now, the two countries disagree on multiple fronts right now. There is, of course, the continued issue of Taiwan and trade, human rights, stemming the flow of synthetic opioid fentanyl, and, of course, the two countries' approaches to the issue of Ukraine. As we said a little while earlier, the relationship between the two countries is at a low point, with the Chinese side believing that that's because of the wrong perception of China that the United States holds. Now, let's go over to my colleague Siddhant right now to understand more. Siddhant, what are your sources telling you? Has any progress been made in the few minutes that they've met already? I know we're sharing with our audiences visuals of them moving towards each other. What are your sources telling you?
Well, it's a very significant visit, with regards to the growing tensions between the two countries. It all started with Trump's trade war, followed by Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan. Post that, the patrolling issues, especially in South China and East China Sea, the China showing dominance around Philippines. Okay, then Galwan happened. There are a lot of issues which was perhaps creating more tensions between the two countries. Now, this particular visit was planned in the month of February, but that did not happen because a Chinese spy balloon was spotted over America, and Secretary Blinken issued statement calling it irresponsible and cancelled his visit. So perhaps the delay, this 5-month delay has taken place to de-escalate tensions between the two countries. So this particular visit is to de-escalate tensions. They may be holding a bilateral talk, or perhaps they may discuss a lot of issues, but prime focus is to de-escalate tensions. Also, remember, in whichever multilateral event USA is taking part, they are cornering China. They are talking about Indo-Pacific. They are, perhaps, engaging in more groupings which are politically and militarily against China. They are doing a lot of diplomacy with India. Now, that is also perhaps China is something which China is not liking. So even some observers are saying this particular visit of Secretary Blinken to China right before the state visit of Prime Minister Modi to United States of America, where he's going to meet President Biden and hold bilateral talk, could be. There's one possibility that this could be planned very strategically by Secretary Blinken to balance out the equation in Indo-Pacific, because that is a topmost priority for USA right now. So the stakes are high, the trade is involved, money is involved, billions of dollars flow between the two countries every year, and this is perhaps the reason that America wanted to have this meeting. America wanted to have this dialogue for a long time. And also, what is worrisome for America is the way China is engaging with Gulf. The way China is expanding with its road and belt initiative, the way China is investing in Africa, the way China is investing in East Asia. So these all areas are main focus point, are major concern for United States of America. The way China has brokered deal between Saudi Arabia and Iran, the way China is interfering, is engaging with Russia to get the Ukraine issue settled. So all these things are a matter of great concern for USA, because USA doesn't want to give up the supremacy,
right,
to the position of being the world leader. So perhaps that was also resulting in the escalation of the tension between the two countries. But now both the sides are hopeful hopeful, at least they are hopeful. I don't know what their actions are going to be post this particular visit, but they're hopeful that the tensions are going to de-escalate between the two countries.
Siddhant, thank you for bringing us that context. All right, let's move on now from this story to a different one.